Welcome to The Debate. Before we even jump into the content today, I really want to emphasize something important about our source material.
Yeah, it's definitely worth highlighting right up front.
Right. So the video we are looking at today, basel3-silver.mp4, and the core ideas in it, this was directly custom made. It is entirely a design by Hot Hut Hut Hut. I just want to make that super clear. This whole framework is a brilliant idea for Hot Hut Hut Hut.
It really is an amazing visual breakdown. It takes a, incredibly dense topic and makes it digestible.
Exactly. So keeping things simple and straightforward, the everyday world of banking is changing right now. And it is all because of a new global rule called Basel 3.
Which, I know, sounds like boring financial jargon, but it is actually a huge deal.
It is a massive deal. Here is the core fact for our discussion today. In the past, holding silver assets cost banks $0. Literally zero.
Right, it costs them nothing.
But under Basel 3, if a bank holds $100 million in what they call volatile silver assets, it must now lock away $85 million in actual cash.
Cash that they cannot touch. It is a huge shift.
Yep. And my position today is pretty straightforward. I think this new rule is a totally necessary change. It stops the dangerous paper silver market, and it brings back real physical silver.
Well, and I come at this from the complete opposite side. My position is that this sudden jump, going from zero to an $85 million capital cushion, is just a massive, painful burden. It's forcing banks to rapidly back out of the market entirely.
I mean, let's talk about why we even need this, right? I focus on the shift toward reality and safety because having a $0 cost for holding volatile silver, it was just way too risky.
I wouldn't call it purely risky, it was just how the system functioned.
But it functioned on an illusion. By forcing banks to hold an $85 million cash cushion for every $100 million in silver, it is a good thing. It makes paper silver too expensive to maintain.
But you are completely ignoring the extreme financial shock to these banks. You cannot just flip a switch like that.
Why not? If the fake paper dies out, that rightly allows real physical silver to take over.
Okay, but going from $0 to $85 million is not just some small rule change. As the source material points out, it is a massive, painful burden. Making the paper silver market that expensive is genuinely dangerous because bullion banks are rapidly backing out.
Which, again, I think is fine.
It is not fine. When major players leave, it could hurt the entire financial system. You lose all the liquidity.
Okay, let's talk about the exact cost of this new rule, because I think people need to visualize this. Think of it like renting a safety box at a bank.
Okay, a safety deposit box, sure.
Right. Before, keeping $100 million of paper silver in the box cost the bank nothing. Zero. Now the regulators are stepping in and saying, hey, the bank is forced to lock $85 million of their own real cash right next to it, just to be safe.
Right, and
I am arguing that this 85% cash lockup protects everyone. It is a safety net.
look, I acknowledge the need for safety. No one wants the banks to just collapse. But the leap from 0 to 85% is just way too extreme.
Is it, though? If you are trading a volatile asset.
Yes. Think about it from a business perspective. Our source text literally emphasizes that this is a massive, painful burden. A sudden $85 million cost on a $100 million asset is simply too heavy for any business to handle all at once.
Well, let's look at how the banks are reacting to that heavy cost then, because you keep saying they can't handle it.
They can't. That is the direct result we are seeing. Bullion banks are rapidly backing out of the silver market.
Boo-hoo for the banks, right?
It isn't about feeling sorry for them. Driving these major players away damages the entire market. People who actually need to buy and sell silver for electronics or solar panels, they rely on these banks.
But you are missing the difference between paper silver and real physical silver. The banks are leaving specifically because paper is now too expensive to maintain.
Yes. They are dumping their paper contracts.
Exactly. And this is actually a positive thing. It is a massive transfer. The fake paper silver market is finally dying out and real physical silver is taking over. This brings honesty back to the price of silver.
Honesty is great, but do the banks even have enough time to survive this massive transfer? Because I am looking at the timeline and it is brutal.
The timeline is totally reasonable.
It really isn't. The immediate pressure is happening right now. The U.S. issued its update very recently on March 19th, 2026.
Right, the official update.
Yeah, and the comments were due quickly by June 18th. In the banking world, a 3-month window is a blink of an eye. You're asking global institutions to just magically find billions of dollars in cash?
Wait. You are confusing the comment period with the actual enforcement dates. The phase-in actually gives banks plenty of fair warning.
I don't see how.
Well, look, at the other dates in the video, the UK officially starts later, right? In January 2027. And the US will not fully phase it in until July 2028.
July 2028 still requires them to start liquidating today, though.
But it gives banks more than 2 years to gather their cash cushions. They have 2 full years to wind down the dangerous paper trades and slowly build up real reserves. That is not a sudden cliff.
I mean, we can argue about the timeline all day, but the friction is already happening in the markets today.
Well, let's quickly recap the whole discussion so far, just to make sure we are keeping it super easy to follow.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
So summary point number 1. Basel3 is a new rule that basically forces banks to hold $85 million in cash for every $100 million in silver assets. And this is a huge jump up from $0.
Exactly. And summary point number 2 is that one side, my side, believes this heavy burden is bad, because it is literally forcing bullion banks to quit the market, which drains all the useful money out of the system.
Right. And summary point number 3 is my side. I believe this is a great step because it stops cheap paper silver and it makes real physical silver the true standard by the time it is fully phased in by 2028.
So we definitely disagree on whether this burden is too painful or, completely necessary.
Oh, for sure. But I think we both absolutely agree that a massive transfer of wealth and rules is happening right now. The whole system is shifting.
It is a historic shift, without a doubt.
It really is. And before we wrap up, I just want to remind the listener once more that the brilliant concepts and the video we explore today, they were completely a design by Hot.
Yeah, a fantastic idea for Hot. It really gave us the perfect way to visualize this rule change.
It absolutely did. So we want to hear from you. Drop your own comments below and share what you think about this massive transfer. Is it going to save the silver market or break the banks?
We would love to hear your take on it.
Let us know. Thanks for joining us today, and we will see you next time.